So there's some activities in public transport. For example, DBSA has an EV bus program supported by Gqeberha, global environmental facility. City of Cape Town is pushing ahead with EV buses. So City of Cape Town, they've issued a tender and awarded to Volvo buses, for Volvo for about 70 buses. Golden Arrow as well, I think it was mentioned. By December they'll have 120 buses. We visited them about a month ago, so there were about 60 buses and 30 charging stations they've installed. Of course, there's UYILO, our E-Mobility, National E-Mobility Programme, and they have, I think, mentioned a Kickstart Fund, which we need to support as well. A lot happening in mobility, last mile, but migrating to mid-mile, so migrating to four-wheelers and smaller trucks. And there are some projects that are under due diligence and requires funding. And then EV infrastructure projects, there's Eskom with its initiatives, its partnership with BYD. EIDC Eastern Cape rolled out 15 charging infrastructure, 15 chargers, fast chargers across the Eastern Cape as phase one. But more importantly, I think the Eastern Cape government backed that project and provided grant funding, which I think is important, and provided some framework that maybe other provinces can look at as a way to approach rolling out charging infrastructure. I think DBSA is also supporting charging infrastructure as well. Just largely a few more slides. So this is our governance structures for NEVs. I'll just focus on the work streams. So we took a deliberate approach to divide the ecosystem into segments because we need to identify the opportunities, the short-term, medium-term, and long-term opportunities. So we have a touch point with the auto sector and a space for example, TTIC, who would lead that work stream, to do work policy work, regulatory work, anything they perhaps want to do. I think Frank mentioned the white paper. And then we have other segments: mobility, logistics, public transport, the battery value chain, and charging infrastructure. Charging infrastructure led by Eskom Distribution, public transport by DBSA, and then mobility, logistics, and the battery value chain by EIDC. The reason we have these institutions, agencies of government, is because they have the ability to finance, they have the ability to create a runway by issuing tenders, etc., and increasing the participation of SMMEs in programs. They work closely with municipalities and cities like DBSA, and they can attract funding as well. So they can attract international funding and put together funding programs if they need to.